What's up, degenerates? Mad Merrigan here for Cold Bear Sports. Right, lads, fun day for you tomorrow. I'm going to go with an each way painting and do a little each way treble as well for maximum pain, just in case the tree would hit. Let's recap today. My selection still has to run. It's in the last race in Chelmsford on YouTube Hatul, so let's hopefully that can get it done. Not a bad day so far on the Patreon service with one selection to come. Really nice winner, Philip Hobbs and Sean Houlihan in the first race in Taunton today. One of them Earth horses, can't remember its second name, but he looked to me like a horse of fair potential. I just thought he was still a little weak. But if ever a horse got the perfect ride to progress today, it was just beautiful. He rode the horse in Wincanton, and I think he's a real jockey to note, this Sean Houlihan. Just a real, like, if you could tell a guy how to ride the perfect race for that horse today, that was it. He just tracked the pace. They went a good solid gallop. He got loads of cover from the two. He got as much cover as he could for as long as he could, and then really let him go. He came there looking like a really nice horse in Wincanton, only he was a little weak and maybe just needed the return run. I was a little worried it might be backing up a little quick, the 19 days, but he duly obliged and won very well under the perfect ride from a really promising jockey. So that was good. Then we had a big bet. We had a 5 points each way on a horse. He managed to get placed, thank God. I put him out last night early. I thought there'd be a bit of money for him, which I wasn't too far on. He went off a couple of points shorter. I put him out at 7-1, but he was as big as 12-1 with 365. He was as big as 8 and 9-1 with other firms. But I just put him out at the worst odds to keep everybody happy. But he was 7-1 with one firm, and that was Paddy Powers and the Betfair Sportsbook. Same thing. The rest of them were 12-1, 8-1, and 9-1. But really nice to get him placed to 5 points each way. So he shades a little profit as well. Then we had a horse there, Salim, absolutely bolted in. Nice to see that progressive horse. Very, very good. And just ran away with the race. So we have one selection to come. We had one other selection that fell at the first, but he's a really nice horse. And he'll come good. Just knuckled on landing, unlucky for that. That was in the chase. But 2 winners so far and a big each way selection placed. And let's finish the night now with a strong. I have a 4 points win selection coming there later on. So be nice if that can click. Right. Sorry lads, a bit of bad news. You'll have to wait another week for the Wheelbarrow podcast. My phone broke. I fell off the kitchen table last night and I smashed my screen. And I had no way of using it then after that. So I had to get it fixed today. But it's all good today. And I just need it I just couldn't have done it without my phone. And that was just it. But look, next Thursday episode of the Wheelbarrow podcast will be on its way to you. So tune in for that. Right. I'm going to go an each way painting and an each way treble. Right. The 2:15 in Doncaster is a horse called Demisang. Now Demisang is very well handicapped. I think he's off about a mark of 105 now. And he came back to form the last day. However, he did look to hold a little bit back for himself. But that was a promising run over hurdles. He stayed on nicely, but he's had his old ears pricked. So he definitely had more to offer. And he didn't have a very hard race because he didn't try as hard as I'd like him to. But cheek pieces are on him tomorrow. I'm not sure if they were on him the last day, but they're on him tomorrow. But I like this track, the 2 mile tree, and it's just shy of 2.5 miles. That trip should be right up his street because he's not just the real strongest stayer, but I think this kind of in between 2 mile tree and whatever, just shy of 2.5 might be enough to get this horse to run well. He's 9-2 the first price I seen. Demisang, the first one in our each way painting tomorrow. Then in the 3:35 at Newbury, One For You. This is by Yates. It's trained by Philip Hobbs. And it's ridden by Tom O'Brien. He's nicely weighted. His mark he's off the same mark as he had a nice return run off 123. And if he improves from that run, you definitely like him. And if he even holds that form, which I think he will hold the form because he has been looking like a very progressive horse. He got a couple of wins last year. And now he's returned with you know, with a real solid run when he wasn't looking overly fit. Like, he looked fit and he looked well, but I'd say he can come on from the run. And let's hope he improves. He's 6-1, so that would be nice. And then in the 5:45, Chilsea. Chelsea. This is trained by Tom Ward. Has done nothing wrong for the stable. Has had a win and a really solid second. I think from the stall 4, this doesn't look the strongest race in the world. And I think this track will suit her. She's, you know, a good gate in 4. She'll be able to get a nice posse. And a mile on this tight track could be right up her street. I think she's definitely, 100 to 30 will play her. So if we're waiting on her for the Trixie, if we were lucky enough to get the 2 up, or for the painting and the treble, I'd be pretty confident she's going to run a big one, and she mightn't let us down. Right, so that's your each way painted, and then do a pint each way painted and do an extra pint each way treble, just for them bookies to kick them in the nuts. Right, run through them. The 105 Demisang, the 335 one for you, and Chilsea in the 5:45. Quick word on our anti-post selection in the Patreon service. So I gave out a horse 3 pints each way on the ropes. So we're really starting to get some momentum going. A lot of winners in the last few days, and a massive finish to the month. We're on the ropes. I hope they all backed him. I advised him at 8-1. He's into 4-1 favourite now, so we're sitting pretty here. Hopefully he can run a big race and at the minimum get a place, but we want to win. We're out for the juggler. We're on at the value. Everybody in the silver and gold tier is on at the value. 3 pints each way at 8-1. We're now 4-1 favourite. So that's going to be interesting. Great weekend racing ahead. Let's hope tomorrow, lads, we can get this each way treble and each way painting up and give us a few tokens for Saturday and Sunday. Give us a lot more tokens, right? Enjoy. Stay following Mad Merrigan for Cold Bear Sports.